So I just finished my workout. What I want to talk about in this video is about the book How the Mighty Falls by Jim Collin. It's a very simple book to read, but it's basically about how big companies are falling apart and potentially going bankrupt. So it's a bit opposite to, or it is the opposite to his book Good to Great, What Makes a Company Great. But in How the Mighty Falls, he's basically breaking it down to 5 stages, and it's quite simple to see how the companies are falling apart. So let me first explain to you quickly how it happens, and then I can, for example, look at how it relates to a company like Boeing, which is creating all these airplanes, and it's quite recently a company we are seeing falling apart. So there's 5 stages. I'm not going to dive into all of them, but they can happen more or less like any time, and they can also have various things depending on the company. There's no such set duration of each stage that you will be in, but it is possible to recover from each stage. So the first stage, which basically is where everything starts falling apart, and all the other stages is kind of like a response to the results of what is happening in stage 1, and it's kind of like the management within that company that is falling apart and it is about to fall. Kind of reactions, how they usually will react in general terms. So basically, stage 1 is that the management become arrogant. They think they are the best because they are the best, and you kind of lose sight of the vision. You lose sight of actually what makes you great, that you are actually innovative, that you look at the data, that you are questioning and very critiquing of yourself, and all this results in that you are actually creating a culture when no one wants to speak up, the management don't want to acknowledge what is a pure fact and the data, and just think we are the great ones, and no one can beat us. And this is typically leading into the downfall. And this is then start to the point where you see you getting a bunch of layoffs because they try to save the bottom line. You get a lot of weird acquisition that just put more stress on the company. But you also then get a lot of like these internal organizational restructure that doesn't do really anything. Like this will be set a bunch of initiative in action that make it look like, oh, we're doing something, but we're not doing anything. It's actually not solving anything or do anything to the situation. It's just amplify more stress. It's already a stress system, and this is eventually leading to the big downfall of the company. But it's actually quite interesting going back to the part of you stop looking at the data, you stop doing what actually makes you great. So that is how the Mighty Falls by Jim Collin. If you read the book, let me know in the description. Otherwise, subscribe and like. Pick up the book. It's 4-hour audible. So no excuses there. See you in the next video. I'm out, Jesper. See you.